Alrighty, welcome back. We are here for Justice Captain Marvel. I forgot to give the villain some health back, but some fun chat and some fun chat going on. So the um the Diamond's Edge is asking if we're just going to only include staple cards from that aspect. So for Justice, Maria Hill for leadership, etc., etc. Um, as your card pool expands, and people have been talking about this, where that those kind of go away. There are some cards that are really hard not to include. Like Under Surveillance is really hard not to include in a solo deck, especially like it's in this deck. I don't know if I need it in this deck honestly because we're at a 12 threshold, but Under Surveillance just adds 4 to the main scheme, a threshold of 4, and so like that's hard to add in there. This one does have 4 justice, but like for all of these streams when I'm doing the different aspect streams, I'm trying to do different things that kind of highlight what the hero can do. And so with the protection deck, it was all about maintaining that health, trying to keep that up. And so those were completely different cards than what I would run for like a perfect defense build. And because she has the heal, she has a high recovery, she has the ability to maintain her health. So that's kind of why I was running that. For Justice, we've got some threat removal, but really um, what I'm going off here is to try and trigger as many energy channels as I possibly can. So if you look at the distribution of energy resources in this deck, it is very, very high. And so the idea is to be able to load up those energy channels on turn one and trigger it and deal 10 damage. Um, Outside of that, we've got some clear the areas, and we've got a lot of cards that I don't normally play. Wait, oh my laptop froze, but we're still live, so hopefully that fixes it. I think I need to update a driver or something. But um, I'm playing a lot of cards that I normally don't get to play in Justice because of that lightning resource. So they're very valuable to me because I can heal and draw a card, just replacing the card that I don't normally get to play because they're so situational. Or I can run a throw it onto the energy channel or throw it onto the photonic blast. Um, I think that's what, yeah, photonic blast to draw cards. So, not to mention you have triple resources. Yes, exactly. There's a lot of triple resources in there, and so which is just crazy. Those cards are just crazy. So we're running the Jessica Jones for each side scheme, and I an optimal deck an optimal deck like this would be running one way or another. You know what? I actually may just go grab one way or another because I feel like this deck works so much better with one way or another's, but I really didn't want to run one way or another just because I feel like I've been running that a lot recently. But let's talk through the deck, and then we'll make a game time decision on if we're going to grab a copy of one or two copies of one way or another. But Jessica Jones, lightning resource, plus gets me forward in attack. We got Clear the Area, which is, I think, just a very solid card, especially because we're running Quinn Carrier, so we are able to pay for that pretty easily. Okay, so here's where we start to get into some of the cards that I don't get to play a lot. Clear the Area is one of the best cards to come out in Res or Red Skull. Yes. Yep. Clear the Area is probably my second most used Justice card outside of Under Surveillance, not counting like resources and everything. Yep. So followed. So this is attached to a side scheme, and then when the attached side scheme is defeated, deal 4 damage to an enemy. And so I don't really ever run this card because I like to get my damage elsewhere, and I just didn't. But it's got that lightning resource. Like you have to have a side scheme out to be able to play it. So there's a lot of like qualifiers to this. But if I have it, I can throw it out there, and it's gonna be 4 damage once I beat that side scheme. And or if not, load it up, heal, do whatever I want with it. So what about you're in Wakanda now, aka press the advantage? Yeah, yes, yeah. I don't remember. Press the advantage is that red card. I need the Cerebro bot to see what press the advantage looks like real quick. So we're running 2 copies of Followed. We're running Power of Justice. I think I'm gonna swap out a Sonic Rifle. I don't know if I need to confuse here. So if we are going to run a a one way or another. We'll swap out the sonic rifle for that. Um, we got our standard strength, energy, genius. We got an endurance, which I'll toss that. I put it in there because of the lightning resource. Heroic intuition. Depending on how our threat situation is doing, we can use it as the energy, or go ahead and give us +1 thwart depending on how late the game is when we draw it. Like a lot of I think that these upgrade cards are really, really fantastic, but if you draw them as your last card, they get pretty hard to play, especially with like a Captain Marvel who progresses through the game so quickly. Got under surveillance, which actually with absorbing man may go away because of that 12, but under surveillance in almost any other against any other villain would probably be in there. We got a skilled investigator, just because of the defeating side schemes. Determination, so it's the wild resource to put energy out there and remove threat from the main scheme. We got 2 chance encounters, so these are cards that I run often because of the 0 cost upgrade. Attach it to the side scheme, and when it's defeated, you search your deck and discard pile for an ally and add it to your hand. And so that's really strong. And you can go grab Spider Woman to confuse that villain, which is probably, now that I'm thinking about it, that's probably what the theming is behind that, right? Because when Spider Woman comes out, the villain's not expecting to see their ally, like the undercover Hydra soldier, so they're confused. Huh. I didn't think about that. That's kind of funny. Okay. We got 4 justice, which it's just a solid card. And then we got turn the tide. So turn the tide is another card that I never use. So after you thwart and remove all the threat from the scheme, deal 3 damage to an enemy. So just a solid easy there. But if you don't, if it doesn't trigger, then you got the energy resourcing. I miss getting to play press the advantage because I've been facing off against villains with stalwart and steady. Yeah. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and we are gonna run one way or another. I feel like just all of these cards that deal with removing the last threat from a scheme really lend themselves to one way or another. So we're gonna run 2 copies of one way or another to swap out at least an under surveillance and the sonic rifle. We've already got access to confuse if we absolutely need it, and I think I may. What do we want to see? We can go beat cop. We may actually, we don't have a lot of allies in here. We may run another ally. Alrighty, I'll be right back. Into the ether. He's gone. He's gone forever. Alrighty, and we can also look up what press the advantage does right now. Press the advantage is a 1 cost, I think. Yep. Deal 2 damage to an enemy. If that enemy is stunned or confused, draw a card. Oh yeah, that's really good. Into the ether. Okay, so let's look at justice allies real quick. I think maybe her economy is so good, so I don't necessarily hate throwing in like a Jack Flag, because that's a lot of damage and it kind of gets us a lot of thwarts. So maybe a Jack Flag works pretty well here. Quasar, no. Yeah, let's go Jack Flag. I think that'll be good. Hey B Snow, how's it going? Hydrate, let's do it. I honestly realized that you never returned to alter ego form. You've never pulled that off before. Yeah. It was that game, I think, went really, really well for me, drawing multiple men in that first turn, because I never took a damage. I never went to alter ego. So I don't think that's typical at all. I had ways to mitigate, but pulling a multiple man on turn 1, getting him out there, giving you effectively 3 turns to build, it's a very much a game changer. Multiple man is incredibly good for the heroes that can play him. So Okay, so yeah, we're gonna run Jack Flag one way or another to toss these cards. Alrighty, let's have some fun. We are running against the Galactic Artifacts encounter set. So this is from the Guardians or the Galaxy's Most Wanted campaign, but it's got a lot of side schemes in there. It's got a lot of weird artifacts and attachments. So this isn't one that I played with a lot. So I figured that'd be fun. Also gives me a couple targets for one way or another because let's see, comes in with 5. Well, that's not great. It comes with a 5. It comes with a 5. So okay, so it's gonna be it's a fairly hard modular set. Hey, you're only half listening, but you questioned the theme of Jessica Drew confusing enemies and when she was played. Wouldn't that just because she gives off pheromones as a superpower? Yeah, that's a really good point too. I didn't think about that. And hey, welcome to the stream. Yeah, that's probably more likely, but I don't know. Yeah, happy you're here. Okay. Whew. Marvel Champions is so much fun. Also, games go so much quicker when you're playing solo and not with people you just want to talk with. So, not saying that's a bad thing. Just saying it's a fun thing. The Diamond's Edge, what are Jessica Drew's superpowers anyways? Because I don't remember laser beams or something spiders can do. That's a good question. I don't actually know. I know that she has the pheromones card in her deck, which I assume confuses enemies, because that's what the pheromones card does in her kit. It stuns and confuses an enemy, which is probably one of the best cards in the game, right? 2 cost, stun and confuse an enemy for a leadership card, and then you get +1 to all your stats. Disgusting card. Venom Blaster is sort of an abstract thing for comic arts. Yeah, that's a good point. Spider-Woman is a very fun hero to play. This music is upbeat. Alrighty. So starting out, none shall pass. We got Absorbing Man trying to be Gandalf again. We're gonna discard cards until we get an environment. Nope. There's Stone. We got Rocky Outcrop. So after Absorbing Man makes an undefended attack against you, heal 1 damage from him, 2 damage instead if there are 5 more delay counters on the side scheme. So keep that out there. This is going to come in with 2 threats, so we really want to get to clear the area here. Alrighty, we've got 6 cards. Let's see what happens. None shall pass. Oh, okay, except for you. You can go through, but don't tell anybody that I let you through, please. It's gonna really ruin my reputation. Alrighty, so we got a 4 justice. We don't need a 4 justice. We got a determination. I don't know if we really needed a determination. We got Alpha Flight Station again, which is excellent. Heroic Intuition, clear the area in one way or another. I mean, this is pretty good, right? I don't need a 4 justice. I'm going to keep a clear the air. Oh, actually, I do. I may want a 4 justice because I'm going to one way or another, and I can grab something with 5 that has 5 threat. Go ahead and get that out of the deck. 4 justice it. I don't think I'm going to need a one way or another or a heroic intuition. So I can do that. Alpha Flight Station. I'm going to have so many cards. It's going to be hard to determine what to do with my life. So we'll keep heroic intuition just in case we are able to play it. I think determination probably doesn't need to be kept. You know what? We'll keep it. Why not? Okay. One way or another, you're going to play one way or another. Yes. Yep. Good call. Yep. Absolutely. Okay. So, we are in alter ego mode to start out the game. And we're going to choose a player. I'm going to choose me this time. And we're going to draw a card. Photonic Blast, we're not going to use that. Probably. but we will see, I guess. But first, we are going to, yeah, we're going to toss Photonic Blast to play Alpha Flight Station. When that comes in, we are going to go ahead and exhaust that, discard. We'll discard a Determination to draw 2 cards, which is a Quinn Carrier and a 4 Justice. Okay. We will go ahead and flip up to hero form. We're going to start rocking and rolling with a one way or another. So search the encounter deck for a side scheme, reveal that side scheme, and draw 3 cards. Okay, so let's see what we got. So this is a 5 side scheme. We've got 5. We've got 3 for super absorbing power. That does get it out of the deck, so that may be the right call. But I do have 4 Justices, so we might as well get the 5 out of there. Got Avalanche, which is just a 2. That's nice to know that that's in there. Okay, so when defeated, the player may ready their identity. When defeated, the player who defeated this may play a card from their hand, reducing its resource cost by 3. We're going to do that. Absolutely 100% to get Quinn Carrier into play. Disgusting. I forgot. I honestly forgot that these gave you boons when you defeated them. But so that's kind of fun. That makes this probably a pretty, I don't know. It's gonna be a fun one. Okay, so when I played that, I get to draw 3 cards. Captain Marvel's Helmet, that's not happening. Ironheart and Energy Channel. Oh, I love seeing the Energy Channel. We'll go ahead and put that on the table. Just forget about that at this point. We will we'll toss a Captain Marvel's Helmet and a Heroic Intuition to play a 4 Justice. No, we're not going to toss a, oh yeah, it doesn't matter actually. To play a 4 Justice to remove 3 threat from Crystal Ball. And then we'll toss a 4 Justice to play Clear the Area to remove 2 threat from a scheme. And if it removes the last scheme, we get to draw a card. So we'll remove Crystal Ball. So that gets over there. We get to play a card reducing its resource cost for free. And I think I get to draw a card first because I can determine where my actions take place. So it's Crisis. So we will play Quinn Carrier for free. So that comes in ready. We will exhaust Quinn Carrier, toss Crisis to put 2 on Energy Channel. And we will it's only hitting me for 2. That's not too bad. We'll hit him for 2. I'm gonna hold on to Ironheart. So we'll ready up. We got Jack Flag. Interesting. Photonic Blast. So that's 3, 4, 5. Cosmic Flight is interesting here. I think Cosmic Flight works way better outside of a protection deck, honestly. So it's when she would take damage, discard her Cosmic Flight, and you prevent 3 of that damage. I mean that's a really good. Well, it's not really good. It gives her the aerial trait. I don't think it's a great card, but it works a lot better outside of a Justice deck, I believe. So, okay, so we're going to start. We're going to place 1 threat here on the main scheme. We're going to place a delay counter there as well. And then Absorbing Man is going to attack. And we're just going to take it. He will heal 1, but we're just going to take it to the face. So it's going to be 2 plus, reveal this card. So it's going to be 3. And we got the Ball and Chain. So spend, I hate this card so much. You're going to spend a physical resource to shuffle this card into the encounter deck. And, statistics be damned. You shuffle that in, it will be the top card next time. I promise you that. That's one thing I know for certain. So I take 3 damage. Down to 9. And it was an undefended attack, so he gets to heal for 1. So he's back up to 13. So not the end of the world. I mean, I have I have a lot of damage in my hand if I need it. So Captain Marvel is really, really good. Okay, so we have to do a bad card. So Assault. Ooh, the villain attacks you. So that's kind of fun. I mean, it's not worth healing, or it's not worth blocking. So we're just going to take 3 plus a boost, which is 1. So that's 4. Okay, well, that's good to know. So we're down to 5. Okay, so okay, so we are going to not play Photonic Blast. So we'll exhaust Alpha Flight Station to toss this and draw a card. Just chance encounter, which, ooh, well, I mean, that's another lightning resource, I guess. So I can max that out, but I can't play. I do want to heal, and I'll get to draw a card if I do that. So I'm going to toss. Yeah, I'm going to, no. I'm going to, we're going to toss Jack Flag to rechannel. So we get to heal Captain Marvel 1 and draw a card, which is an energy. Okay. Might as well. We'll energy Quinn Carrier to max energy channel out. So we just have, actually, we're not going to Quinn Carrier yet, because I'm not quite sure what my damage looks like in my hand. We're going to toss a chance encounter and a cosmic flight to put Ironheart into play. We're just going to take it. Yeah, we're just going to take it. That's hilarious. And we get to draw a card. Oh, and a Power Justice. Excellent. Okay, so we'll Power Justice, put Wiccan into play as well. Oh, that was a satisfying draw. So yeah, now we will thwart 1 with Wiccan off the main scheme. When we thwart, we discard the top card of the encounter deck, which is +2. So we deal 2 damage to Absorbing Man. So he's down to 11. We will we're yeah, I mean, it doesn't make sense not to. So we're going to Quinn Carrier energy channel to deal 10 damage to Absorbing Man. We're just going to take it. So he's down to 1. He's down to 1. Ironheart will punch him for 1. She'll take a damage, which will move on to level 2 Absorbing Man. We get to go find that super awesome side scheme. I guess, like, if I was thinking, I probably, nah. Oh, did I already pull it? I just missed it. I think if I, oh, there it is. Who's the third card? What's kind of interesting here is with the Justice, when you're playing against Absorbing Man, you can be pretty planning on when you flip him, because you know a side scheme's coming out. And so if you have the threat to remove 3, or the thwarting power to remove 3, then that side scheme gets pretty useful. If you have like a fallout or something like that, then it gets really good. So we will, that comes in with 3. And the villain is at 15. We're kind of like implementing and carrying out a fairly effective rush strategy at this point. I mean, I've had 2 turns and we're already on phase 2. So, and I mean, that's what this deck is designed around. It's designed around energy channel and just being able to load it up in a turn and dealing 10 damage. So let's I mean, if we get absolutely lucky, we may be able to finish him off in 3 turns, which would be kind of fun. Be kind of fun. Let's see what happens. So Captain Marvel's still ready. So we still have that. So we're just gonna punch Absorbing Man for 2. So taking him down to 13. Then we will ready up. We will draw 5. There's an energy absorption. There's an energy channel. Oh my goodness. Oh man, that's satisfying. There's a power of justice. So I mean, right there, we've maxed out energy channel. So we've got kill in our hand right there with 3 cards. We got Spider Woman, don't need her, and we've got Turn the Tide, which we're just probably not going to utilize. Actually, we will, because that seems more fun. So, okay, so we're going to place 1 threat here on the main scheme. We're going to increase our delay counters to 2. We are going to have Absorbing Man attack us with a 3 attack plus a boost. Ironheart's going to step in, and so 3 plus 1. So Ironheart takes that hit. And then we're going to do a bad card, which is Stall Tactics. Place 1 threat on the main scheme for every 2 delay counters, so that goes up to 4. And we are into the big turn. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and thwart 1. This is probably unnecessary, but it's kind of fun. I'm going to thwart 1 off of Super Absorbing Power with Wiccan, and then we get to discard this card, which is a 0. We will go ahead and thwart 2 off of Super Absorbing Power with Captain Marvel to play Turn the Tide, which may actually be the only time I've ever played Turn the Tide, so that's kind of fun. So that deals 4 damage to Absorbing Man. Then we will put Energy Channel on. We'll load it up with 5 and then deal 10 damage to Absorbing Man. So, yeah, that worked. That worked pretty well. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, that was a 3-turn win in a Justice deck. So, it's all just. It was. I mean, we got really lucky pulling these energy channels, but I mean, with how much card draw she has, it's pretty easy to grab them. Like, especially if you're running one way or another's. Sorry, Jessica. I don't trust you. You've been absent over the last few days. That's fair. Yep, you're going to be used for an energy resource. But yeah, so that's Captain Marvel. I'm thinking that, I mean, that was just an hour 18. I'm thinking that some of these, bigger, badder heroes, I can probably do all 4 aspects on a weeknight and kind of get through them. I didn't build the decks because I was just like, this is going to take 2 hours, and it did not. So, so there's that. But I think, with especially some of these, Captain Marvel, Captain America, Star-Lord, some of these that don't need to build, we'll definitely go the 4 aspects all in one night. And so I will finish off Captain Marvel next week, and we may grab maybe a longer hero to build up, like an Iron Man or something, right? I'm kind of just working my way through the core box. I did get specifically asked for Captain America and Star-Lord, and so those may weave their way in here beforehand. We actually may do Star-Lord next week, because I played Star-Lord with Josh yesterday, and he was incredibly fun. He was a lot more fun than I remember him being. I remember not knowing how to play the game when I first played him, and I just lost every single time because I didn't understand how to balance all of that. And so let's plan on that. Next Wednesday, so 9 days from now, we'll do Captain Marvel, and then we will see if we can get through 4 games of Star-Lord and kind of go the rush strategy and see how that turns out. So we'll have some fun there. But thank you all for hanging out. A lot of fun. Makes my Mondays a lot more enjoyable to hang out with you all and play some living card games. So I really appreciate hanging out with you all. So I will be back on Wednesday with D20, and so we are playing through Lord of the Rings on Wednesday today, and then on Friday again I will be playing Arkham Horror. So looking forward to seeing you all there. If you haven't yet joined the Discord, links in my bio or links in the website description below. But thanks for hanging out, and see you next time. Peace.